In 1789, France erupted in a revolution that would shake Europe to its core. The French Revolution toppled a centuries-old monarchy. It began with widespread discontent over inequality and taxation. Hunger, poverty, and injustice fueled the uprising. The storming of the Bastille became a symbol of revolution. The revolutionaries demanded liberty, equality, and fraternity. The National Assembly challenged royal authority and created new laws. The monarchy resisted, but eventually fell to the people's will. France entered a period of radical social and political change. The Reign of Terror saw thousands executed for perceived betrayal. Robespierre and the Jacobins controlled the revolutionary government. Fear and suspicion gripped the nation during this period. Wars broke out across Europe as monarchies resisted revolutionary ideals. The revolution spread ideas of citizenship and human rights. Feudal privileges were abolished, and new laws reshaped society. The Napoleonic era followed, exporting revolutionary ideals abroad. The revolution inspired uprisings and reforms across the continent. France's economy, society, and politics were radically transformed. Citizens participated more actively in governance and rights. The revolution challenged the divine right of kings. It introduced modern concepts of nationhood and civic duty. Women and marginalized groups began demanding rights. The Revolutionary Wars altered borders and political alliances. France became a republic after centuries of monarchy. Symbols like the tricolor flag and national anthem emerged. The revolution inspired debates on liberty and justice worldwide. Napoleon rose from the chaos, claiming to protect the revolution. Europe watched in both fear and admiration. The revolution demonstrated the power of people united for change. It showed that entrenched systems could be overthrown by collective will. Reforms in law, education, and society reshaped French life. The guillotine became a symbol of both justice and terror. Monarchs across Europe feared the revolutionary contagion. Revolutionary ideals challenged centuries of hierarchy and privilege. France struggled with internal divisions and political factions. Despite chaos, the revolution advanced human rights and civic equality. The revolution's legacy influenced modern democracies worldwide. The rise and fall of leaders marked the turbulent era. The revolution transformed culture, art, and public life. Peasants and urban workers gained unprecedented voice. Economic reforms redistributed land and wealth. The revolutionary calendar and symbols reflected new ideals. Violence and radicalism often overshadowed reform and liberty. The revolution tested the limits of freedom and order. French armies spread revolutionary principles beyond borders. New constitutions attempted to balance rights and governance. The revolution showed that power could shift rapidly and unpredictably. Education and civic institutions were reformed to reflect new ideals. Art, literature, and philosophy were influenced by revolutionary fervor. Monarchs were replaced with elected officials and citizen councils. The revolution revealed the dangers of extremism and fanaticism. Despite turmoil, France moved toward modern statehood. European politics were reshaped, with old alliances crumbling. Revolutionary France challenged the idea of inherited power. The Napoleonic Code later codified principles born of the revolution. Revolutionary ideals inspired global movements for freedom. The struggle between monarchy and republic defined the era. The revolution was both a social and political upheaval. It demonstrated that popular movements could reshape nations. Citizens learned the power of unity, voice, and action. The revolution redefined justice, law, and societal roles. France experienced both liberation and terror in equal measure. The revolution's impact endured long after the guillotine fell silent. Ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired generations. The French Revolution challenged old hierarchies and privilege. Mass movements demonstrated the potency of collective will. Economic, social, and political reforms reshaped France. Napoleon rose, claiming to preserve revolutionary gains. European monarchies faced the spread of revolutionary ideals. Citizens gained unprecedented political influence and responsibility. The revolution demonstrated the fragility of entrenched power. It also highlighted the dangers of radicalism and uncontrolled violence. France became a laboratory for modern democracy and governance. Reforms touched law, society, economy, and education. The revolution showed that ideas could transform the world. France endured turmoil, but emerged with lasting institutions. Citizen participation reshaped national identity and power. Symbols, laws, and culture reflected revolutionary values. The revolution challenged centuries of monarchy and tradition. Its legacy influenced political thought, governance, and rights worldwide. The French Revolution was a turning point in European history, because from fury, hope, and courage, a nation redefined liberty and changed the face of Europe.